Yo, yo, yo.
There we go. There we go. Sorry about the technical difficulties. And also, if we can get Trail Will in here as well, that would
Hold on, let me try to get him.
Okay.
What's his I see Twilio Kid. That's not him, is it?
No, Trail Will Israel.
Okay, let me see. I'm not seeing him. He's got a request, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Trill
I just
Will,
tagged him.
if you're in here, send a request. There he is. I got him.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome.
Should have both you guys in now. Let me see if that worked. Man, I got a whole bunch of random ass people trying to get in there. All right, I think we got everybody.
Salute. There we go. Today we got a very, very special guest, Joey Rubino, and we also got our other host as well, owner of Worldwide Collaboration, Trail Will. This is definitely a major opportunity. We're so honored to have you a part of Worldwide Collaboration, and we're honored to have you in here as well. So go ahead, let's start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you started, and everything like that.
Yeah, so thank you for you guys and all the fans. I'm not one that wants to come out in the limelight. I'm behind the scenes. I'm a developer, I'm a director, I'm doing amazing things, and everything I do is really for people to enjoy them and get kind of escape. But more recently it's been a little bit kind of crazy. Like, a lot of people want to hear from me and these new projects we're doing, and I could talk about some I can't. But my story is definitely an interesting one. And what I do a lot now is definitely try to inspire people and help people and hear people. I'm always accessible now. And a lot of the people on my teams are accessible. So I was a filmmaker, a long time ago. I was just some kid from New York. And out here in, I'm out in San Diego right now. I mean, look where I am now. It's really a whole 180 of my life. But I was just some kid, man. I was a kid. I ate a lot of ice cream at an ice cream store, my first job, and they fired me because I ate all the ice cream. I was just some kid. I was like, they wheeled in a cart and with the screen on it, and they showed me security footage. They're like, man, why you eating all the ice cream? Like, you can't be doing that. But I stole a camera. I was playing games. I was a kid, and I was like, oh my God, like this is so cool. Like, games, I could be like anybody who I want to be, right? And at that time, I was actually telling my friends that I was in detention. And, I was in trouble as a kid a lot. But sometimes I was in detention, but other times I was actually sneaking into theater class to learn about directing and lighting and performance and acting, and I started to really absorb that. And then right around that time, I stole my neighbor's camera that they weren't using, a VHS camera, and I started to make like experimental films and recruiting people in my neighborhood in New York, and all these three things kind of came together, right? And I said, you know what, I want to do games, but you can't just make games. As a kid in New York, you can't just do that. So I became a filmmaker instead. Right, because I knew that could get me in there, and I started learning about cinematography and acting and all the technical stuff of like what it means to connect to a viewer, to make a story interesting and immersive, and all of the story arcs and character transition, all that stuff, lighting and cameras and film. I actually shot. I'm actually trained on film, like actual film, right? I shot Super 16, 35 millimeter, 8 millimeter, digital. I mean, you name it. Before people are shooting, like everyone out there's got a camera now. I was doing it before all that shit, So, right. And then I was luckily enough that I was in kind of the circles of some guys from Rockstar, and Rockstar at that time, they really were developing internal people to become storytellers and virtual cinematographers, but they weren't really trained in that. So they actually hired me to come in and do that. And on my first day, like early in my career at Rockstar, my first day was actually the last day of Red Dead 1. If you guys remember Red Dead 1, like, you know, it's going far back. They handed me a block of wood, and it had a bunch of markers on it, and they told me that was the camera that we were going to shoot Max Payne and GTA with. And I was like, what the hell, man? What the fuck how are we gonna do this shit? And from that point on, I got very, very invested in the technology and developing tools that were physically based. And what I mean by that is when you take a camera in real life, how do we make that camera behave and operate and perform exactly like in our game worlds, in our engines? And how do we make characters perform and look real? And how do we make lighting and depth of field and all the stuff you need to make realistic looking projects? And to this day, a lot of that stuff that I help perfect with amazing people, shout out to the Rockstar, is in use right now on the games that are being made right now. I mean, everything evolves and grows, but the foundation layer, that all started on Max Payne 3. And so from that point on, you know, I did Max Payne. Max Payne 3 was the first video game that we know of that was shot entirely on someone's shoulder on a mocap stage, and that was me and the camera and the cinematics team. You know, from that point on, guys, I mean, that was it. Like, the sky was the limit. You know, GTA 5, GTA Online, Red Dead 2, Red Dead Online, a bunch of games that got shelved that I can't talk about, and then other stuff. And then from there, I went to where did I go from there? Oh, I actually started my own vodka. You know, I made that GTA money, and instead of going and spending on girls and booze, I created a booth instead.
That's it.
And back in New York, I had a vodka. It didn't do too well, but I learned a lot about, you know, business and putting teams together, about creating something outside of games, you know. And that stuck with me. And actually, that was my first big kind of failure, quote unquote. You know, spent a lot of money on it, you know, $500,000 on this project, and it didn't really go anywhere. So I was like, let me get back into what I love. At that point, Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft hit me up. They're like, hey, we want to reboot Assassin's Creed. You know, Assassin's Creed at that time was kind of going like this. And so they tapped me to kind of come in and help reboot that project. And I did Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Shout out to Ubi up there. A lot of talented people. Still very close to a lot of those guys. And that was a smash, you know, big success. I left Ubi and went to Xbox. At Xbox, they tapped me to do reboot Forza, a very historic racing game. If anybody knows them, shout out to Xbox. And then also I sat on the leadership team for narrative and cinematics across the entire company. And so, you know, traveling to London, doing all this stuff. And so I had a lot of influence to kind of cross collaborate with projects. I can't even talk about a lot of the stuff we did, but I had my kind of hands in everything, you know, to a certain extent, you know, and that lasted a good amount of time. And then I started moving around Xbox, and I went to Obsidian. If you guys know the Outer Worlds, I did the Outer Worlds 1 and 2. I came in at the middle and the end of Outer Worlds 1, and then I did Outer Worlds 2, and some other cool stuff there. I helped them out with Avowed, which is an RPG coming out, who knows, next year or something. I have no idea. From that point on, Amazon hit me up, and they said, hey, come do this shit at Amazon. And I went to Amazon on a couple top secret projects there. You guys know that games are 5, 7, like they can be up to 5 to 10 years long. I mean, it goes on and on. Some of the projects from 4 years ago are still not even announced that I've worked on. So it's pretty crazy. Like I'm in a big top secret game right now. I can't even talk about it. A couple of them. Oh my God, you guys are gonna blow your fucking minds. But
I bet.
Like those games don't even come out for a long time, you know. But like what's really crazy is more recently, I'm now on the board of a lot of these studios, and not only do I help on the cinematics and creative and the development and the technology, I sit on their board. So what I do is I help drive the future of their business, and now I'm doing a lot of AI and neural network stuff. I'm also doing about 2 or 3 big projects plus Blast Crew. So right now I have about 5 or 6 major projects, And then I have a couple companies. You know, I have a tequila that I'm a shareholder of, called Gran Diamante, which is blowing up. You know, James Harden, he's a part of our team. The baller James, and some other big celebrities that are going to be coming out. We might be getting Flow Rider involved with us, and a bunch of other big rappers, and not to be the face of the brand, but to come into our circle of trust to make awesome shit. And with my projects, I connect everything. I bring everybody together, you know, and we all kind of do things kind of symbiotically. And then with, like, you know, I just got back from Israel. I just got back from North Macedonia, Switzerland, Germany. You know, right now I'm in business right now down in SoCal. Look at this. Look at where I am. You know, this is kind of the life that I've earned, but I've worked hard. I worked hard, guys.
Right.
You know, and now it's all about making dope shit and having fun. You know, and the success follows you when you put in the hard work. The amount of work that I put in, it wasn't all palm trees and sunny days, guys. You know, I had to go through hell, and I've been to the gates of hell. I've seen it, and I turned back. You know, in this world, it's hard. Technology is hard. Game development is hard. Creative world's hard. Hollywood is hard. I mean, all that shit. Yeah. And it can be overpowering. It's the hardest industry to break into, but it's even harder to stay successful because you're only as good as your last project, and that can kind of bear weight on your shoulders. But yeah, so that's kind of like nutshell of what's going on in my world and my story.
Yeah, that's amazing. Definitely, congratulations. I do want to ask you another question, and then we're gonna give it over to Trill Will. So, what was the most popular thing that you ever been involved in?
The most popular thing is probably coming up that I can't talk about. That's going to be probably one of the biggest things of all time. But the GTA 5 and online, look, like it's going to be hard to top that for a lot of people. And I, you know, I'm very blessed to have been a very important role. I mean, everybody that was on that project played a key role. You know, that was the first, and I felt that in newer projects, but that was the first time where everyone came together. We knew what we were making was so special, and we like put everything we had into it. You know, I was sleeping at the office. All of us were sleeping on stage. You know, I'm meeting big celebrities every day that were involved in the project, just having a kick-ass time with like guys like, you know, Stephen Ogg and Ned and Solo and all those guys, you know, who are my friends now, and working on other cool shit. You know, we captured lightning in a bottle, and you don't get to do that on every project. It doesn't happen like that. You know, the development team, the performers, the technology, all of it, guys, was like a match made in heaven. It's almost like a perfect storm. And I've only seen that a couple of the times. You know, I've had amazing projects, and shout out to all of them. They're all special in their own way. They all have their own challenges. But the thing that happened on GTA 5, you know, because everyone wants to talk about that. Everyone wants to ask me about that. Right. And, you know, I think I was at Rockstar 6-something years, you know, and I'm still close to a lot of those guys. And, you know, it is a special relationship we built, and we did create something really, I mean, dude, I was in New York City when the game dropped, right? We were going around all the GameStops and Best Buys. There were lines out around the streets. We had, Rockstar actually created a bunch of Banshees. You know, the Viper in the game, the Banshee. They actually rebranded I think 1 or 2 of the Vipers and rebranded it as the car and gave it away right in the middle of Times Square. I forget where we were.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, we're driving around, like, people are we're signing autographs, and it's crazy. And we rented out churches and had symphonies in there, and just like kickoff parties for months. And it was insane. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, bigger than any Hollywood. I mean, we kill Hollywood, by the way. Like, Hollywood knocks on my door now. They go, hey, how do we do shit like that? And now I'm in Hollywood. It's crazy. We're now, you know, guys like myself and guys that do this at this level, we're helping Hollywood figure this shit out, because Hollywood's going like this. Pew, they're going down, and we're going up like a rocket ship. And so you're seeing now this merge of Hollywood and game, and continue. Look, Fallout just came out. I mean, they're trying. The reason why I'm doing Blast Crew is because of that. And you know, I can't say too much stuff about the partnerships that we're working on right now, but I mean, interactive television that's gamified, where do you think this is all going? It's going there. It's going there. And so, you know, Trill Will, spark up that blunt, you know, pass it virtually out.
Hey man, I already got one for you, brother. This
Thanks,
is just for you.
thanks,
I got
bro.
one for me, got one for you.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke anymore, but I used to. And, you know, those days were.
I'm
It was crazy, man.
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't smoked in about 2 months, but this was a special occasion.
Hell
you know,
yeah,
this is a special because I hold this close to my heart, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Are you done, Chris? I'm gonna
go
chop it up.
Go ahead, Trill. Yep.
Okay, cool. First of all, I gotta say, man, thank you for giving us your time and coming on here. You know what I mean, and being part of Worldwide Collaboration. That's huge. And I'm gonna explain why here in a second here. For one, I've been playing video games since Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? It's the first Nintendo NES. So you know what you've been doing represented what we all hoped and wished for during those times, from Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, to see it evolve into what it's evolved in, and to know that I'm talking to somebody who literally had his hands, both hands on molding that. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's definitely a dream come true. So I do got a couple questions. One, I'm an artist and I'm a mogul, you know what I'm saying, in the music industry and other entertainment. I just started getting into film like last year. But what I'm doing now is we have a couple comic books that we're working on. One of them is Off the Grid, and the other one is Dreamverse, which I have a character, Black Phoenix. I was curious, what would be my steps into getting my own like mod, let's say for GTA 5, because I can't talk about nothing else, but you know, because I really want to do that, and I think that the characters that we have is super dope, and I think that would be perfect, you know. And I seen what T Grizzly's done with Grizzly World, and as an artist, I'm like, how can I take that to the next level? Because it's cool what he's doing, but I want to take that and make it like an interactive, immersive comic book. And we're doing like, it's gonna be a real comic book. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do voiceovers and all that stuff, but it's something that as an artist nobody's really doing. So I really was wondering your viewpoint on that.
So you trying to take this? Yeah, you trying to take this and you want to do something like your own, like how Solo Franklin has Franklin's World, like RP, or are you trying to do something else?
Yeah. Well, I would like to do something else, but I'm just realistically speaking, I know that I probably gonna have to take baby steps.
Yeah.
You know, because of the funding, and you know, you got to have certain amounts to do certain shit. So I just want to see what would you do if it was your project? Because I would love to bring you. I would want to bring you in, give you whatever percentage you wanted on the back end, equity wise, and bring you in, and then you know, and really like work on some real shit.
Well, you know, I mean, look, I think that when you're creating an IP, it's really important that you have to fight against time and not lose that battle. Like, people don't realize it takes years to do it and get it to a place where you go, okay, this is something that now feels not like a Frankenstein, but something that you're really their vision. The best projects are the ones that you have that strong vision for, and then over the course of time is close to that vision, not some Frankenstein. And that's where projects go off, right? And yo, I see you, Crusoe. What's up, bro? Nice ass. That's my boy from New York. So Trill, I think that for a project like what you're trying to do, like it sounds like it's a graphic novel, but you want to make it like a comic book, and you also want to do like a gamification of it. Man, I would say
because we're shooting a movie for some of it too, so it's like we're already going to do some of the film aspect.
So you're making a multimedia project. It's not one thing. It's multiple things.
It's really
IP.
Not.
Yeah,
it's really not. Yeah.
I would say like don't worry necessarily about like trying to do like an RP's world inside of a GTA universe. Like, you know, you want to stand on your own feet, you know, and you want to do your own thing. And it's cool to capture people there and bring them in. And look, that's going to go on and go on and go on. And like, that's
like,
great.
even if I had a character, even if I had just like my Black Phoenix character, even if I was just to get like a placement like that just to start it so people can know that, oh, he's into that. Because what it is a lot of people don't even know that I'm even into that, because I don't really talk about I don't go live streaming playing games, you know what I'm saying? So people don't really know that part of me. I have a podcast as well, which I would love to have you on my podcast as well. That's a whole nother conversation. This will probably air on my podcast. We'll probably clip this up. But what I'm saying is that I really just I don't want to jump the gun, but I don't want to wait. I know that I have to wait to build what I really want, but I know that there's some intermediary steps I probably can take that'll probably get me going in that direction, such as a character placement, or and stuff like that, or maybe even a song. Even if I have to take the music route, if I do like a song placement within something like that, and then build it from there, and then turn it into a character, and then turn it into. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, I got a bunch of projects that, like, we can talk. If you got something, look, I'm always, and this is for everybody. What is Blast Crew doing, and what is my other projects doing? Blast Crew itself is about the community coming into the universe and being a part of it. Like, we're going to use real people. They're going to be part of the world. They're going to interact with it. We're going to put music in it. And I'm not saying like you're a fan of it. I'm saying you're a part of it, right? So even for just that, Trill, like we could even talk about putting some song, like we could bring some songs to the Blast Crew. But like
that's what I'm saying.
Projects,
I got plenty of music, bro. I just signed with Empire and Universal Music Publishing. So, like I just did a little deal with them. You know what I mean? So like it's definitely I'm ready to I have enough. I got about 1,000 songs in my catalog. Probably for sure 400 of them I could probably send out today and wouldn't miss a beat. Still put projects out. I got a lot of music. So music, quality
I would
music.
say take your 10 favorite that you want to get out there, send them to me. And I'll be like, we'll do some content around it. We'll put it in. It could be part of a trailer one day. It could be background music. It could be any of these things. And I think at the very least, we could consider that. It's me and the team. We have a pretty large creative team now, which I'll talk about later. But I think it doesn't matter about if you're creating an IP for X, Y, and Z. I think the most important thing is persistency and believing in a vision. So if you have those two things, you're going to get further than 99% of the people. Most people dream. They don't try to dream. They don't try to do it. They dream, they go, that's too far out there. I can't make it. But what I tell people that, because I do a lot of consultation for indie studios as well. And I hear a lot of things like, oh, we can't do this. We don't know how to do this. We don't know how to get there. And I'm like, well, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because everything that in this world is a series of steps. Like you can't step to the top floor by skipping the 10 steps that you have to walk up to. And if you put a label on each step and break down what it is that you're trying to get to, right, you're going to realize, all right, I can actually achieve one step at a time. That's not that hard, and that's really, you have to figure out what are those steps. And here's what's crazy, man. I learned this the hard way. A lot of people, they try to get to a place, but I'll use this analogy because I think it's good and it connects with a lot of people. Think about the place you're trying to get to, and you're driving to a car to that destination, and that destination is some sort of dream of yours, right? A lot of people, what they don't realize, almost everybody, you run out of gas trying to get there, and then you get out of the car, and you might realize, what the fuck? Wait, this is the place I've been trying to get to the whole time, and I didn't realize that, because the effort and the passion and the desire, it's going to bring you somewhere that you may not even know that was the place that you're trying to get to the entire time.
Gotcha.
And that happens every time. Nobody actually goes, I'm going on that path and I'm going to get to that thing. You do this, man. And you arrive maybe next to that dream or beyond it or next to it or before. And you go, oh, wow, this is right on target of what I didn't even know I needed. And with that is a roller coaster of success and failure. And I think the most important thing about success is knowing and leaning into all of your failures, because that's your real success. Your success, when you get to a point, you're going to be like, wait, it was the journey. It was the failure points. It was knowing those dead ends. It was all that shit, So that would be my advice to you. And I'm happy to talk to you offline. I talk to everybody. Anybody DMs me now. If I got time, I'm on a plane or I'm doing this, I'm writing back. I'm talking to people. I'm giving advice. I'm looking at stuff. Bro, I'm doing so much crazy shit. I'm giving back as much as I can because I have to. I got to give back and pay back now, because no one did that for me. No one gave a shit. I want, I had to trial by fire. And if I can help people avoid a lot of those pitfalls that I had to go through, which pain and suffering, and avoid all that, you need a little of that to be successful, though. But you don't need to go through hell, I'm trying to now, give that out.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah, we
that's, I
definitely
think that's
appreciate it.
dope. Yeah, and I definitely would like to do that. I don't know. You already followed me and I followed you back. So if you want to DM me like your email and maybe like your number, and we definitely can definitely chop it up.
For sure, man.
Definitely.
For sure. Absolutely.
I got
Be happy to.
I got 10 songs already in mind. Already, so there's definitely no problem with that.
Well, remember this: Blast Crew is a multimedia world, but there's multiple projects. Project Triangle is going to be the feature film element of it, and then we have the TV show, and then we have the game, and then we have the merch, and then we have so much shit. But Project Triangle,
Right.
which is dope, so dope. We got a lot of major Hollywood people. We have a lot of people from former games of mine, you know, including some people's favorites. I can't even tell you about some of the partnerships we got coming up, but it is a passion project. And me and Zampella, Vance, a bunch of people, we've been doing this. Ned Solo, we've been doing this for a while. You know, I'm even going to talk to Stephen Ogg about it. You know, because I want to recapture some of that magic from GTA 5, but it's not GTA 5. You know, this is Blast Crew universe. It's totally different. You know, we have our own world. You know, the thing about Cove Beach is like, and I'll give you guys a little alpha right now, but Cove Beach is basically Washington, D.C. and like Georgia, Northern Florida all combined. And it's
I'm from Florida.
Very different. So. Very different universe no one's ever seen in this type of world. It's dope. You know, and so Blast Crew is probably going to be, in the end, one of my favorite projects because of how cool it is and because of how we're bringing the community into the game, into the world, into the TV show, into the film. You know, we're just bringing everyone in. We're not quite there yet. We just had a writer's room last week. We have 1 or 2 writer's rooms a week. You know, we have a whole creative team behind it. We have a lot of people connected to this project. And I'm really excited about it. And Zampella is really excited. You know, Solo and Ned, they're excited. A lot of other people that I can't name right now are excited. And, you know, we're going to go into phase 2 of this thing very soon. I'm hoping by June, July, we are going to be in phase 2. We have a lot of sit downs with the networks. We're going to pick which network we want to go with, and studio and secondary studios. So this thing's going to be cool, guys. Be prepared. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait. Definitely.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to get involved in as much stuff in that area as I can because I know that that's literally the future. And you know, everybody, you know, like probably a year or 2 ago, everybody was metaverse. But where was that going? That was the beginning. That was like the beta. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going somewhere. Like you know what I'm saying? And to get ahead of that curve, understand the science of waves. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to get at the curve where it's still going up before it peaks, because once it peaks, it's on the way down already. You know what I'm saying? And this seems like something that is heading towards the peak versus already peaked. And so that's what I need to be involved in. That's what Worldwide Collaboration needs to be involved in. That's what GFM needs to be involved in. And, you know, and I have a lot of people who are waiting on me kind of like, oh, well, what's next? You know, like it's funny because and I'm not trying to be funny because a lot of people do music, but they're not serious. Like a lot of people, like I still got CDs and shit. Like we make QR codes and websites and apps and all that. But I'm still hands-on in the streets, hand-to-hand combat, really putting in promo work. I came up on club promotion. So I'm big on networking and I'm big on actually touching and reaching the people. And that's what's going to make a difference because everything's so digital that people want to know what's real and what's not. It's a lot of scams going on. It's a lot of stuff like that. So, you know, when people meet me, they know that, hey, man, that's a real person. You know what I mean? It's not no bullshit, you know. So,
Yeah.
That's cool. You coming on here, you're showing that you're a real person too, because I didn't know you. I heard your name, I knew who you was, but I didn't know you was a real person. That you actually come on the live and chop it up and really be cool. Because a lot of people they get a couple dollars, a couple situations, and they don't need nobody and fuck everybody. But you know that's not a good look because karma is real, and no man can outrun karma.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. Where you guys at?
You said I'm in New York.
You're in New York.
My business is based in Atlanta, but I'm in Florida right now. I'm from D-Land, Florida.
Okay, cool.
In between
I'll be in
Orlando and Daytona. Central Florida.
I'll be in Miami next Wednesday. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Oh, say no motherfucking more. You'll be in Miami next Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an invitation?
not this time because I'm actually getting married down there. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Oh yeah,
Congratulations!
congratulations,
Listen,
definitely.
Shout out to
Congratulations.
Laisla.
Listen, anybody who has the kahunas to get married, I've done it, and anybody who has the balls to get married and is not worried about the end result, congratulations.
Yeah, and shout out to all the mothers and moms out there. You know,
Definitely
Mr.
happy
Moms,
Mother's
you know,
Day to all the
happy
mothers,
Mother's
all the
Day.
single
Mother's Day.
mothers and
Happy
mothers
Mother's
with.
Day all there.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my mom too, Miss Mary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hey, I
Crystal,
did want to
shout out to Crystal Enzer too.
I did want to shout out and plug another. You know, I've been doing getting into blockchain. In the future, blockchain games will be a thing. Not quite there. We're getting there, and I will do a project with that. But I am supporting a couple of crypto projects right now. So there's a few out there that if it's not on your radar, you guys look into it. Whoever's on here, look into it. A couple of them, Soulfinger, Stash Inu, Flux, ICP, Render Network, just to name a few, and Solana. So all of those, I'm now throwing my support, and I'm publicly supporting them. And that there's different variations of that. Me just being an active person in their community, me investing, me working with the development team on some of them. So these are projects that are going to help bring credibility back to the space, and also parlay potentially into gaming. Now, why is a project like Render important? Shared GPUs. The thing is, like Trill, you just talked about metaverse. If we're gonna actually have a metaverse, we're gonna have a lot of graphic computer power, right? So GPUs.
Yeah.
You know, so your graphics cards daisy chained all together in the whole world. That's gonna help power the future of blockchain gaming and metaverses and where this whole world is going. And even just what we call you guys heard of AAA games? Well, there's quadruple A games that are coming, right? And I'm a part of one or two of those. And if we're gonna get hyper realism and hyper quality and all this amazing stuff that people want, and AI in games and all this crazy shit, you know, we need to start thinking a little bit out of the box. And a lot of the stuff that's happening in blockchain is gonna slowly come over to the mainstream. And so now I'm actively getting involved in these things, and I'm really looking at connecting dots here. And so if you guys have, you know, and everybody wants more info on that, you know, hit me up, DM me. I could tell you what those projects are, why I'm an advocate for them. And look, I'm not talking about investing to make money. I'm talking about the technology side of it and where it goes and how people can utilize it. Look, if you invest in things and they go up, great. But, you know, invest at your own you know, risk. And it's a roller coaster of a market, whether you're in crypto or otherwise. The whole world is crazy right now.
Right.
But yeah, I wanted to plug those projects as well.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, because you know, I'm actively a partner in a metaverse already, and I've already witnessed some of the ups and downs. But I do have the staff. I have a staff that I can reach out to. That's pretty apt in that. Like I'm still learning, but they got it. You know what I'm saying? It just I definitely want to lean towards the future, like you said, quadruple A games. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know, we're just starting the beginning of Web3.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Web 4 is the you know Web 3 is the Internet of Things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Web 4 is the Internet of Things. Excuse me, but so we're like one step away from really everything being fully connected and immersed.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be the difference. That's going to be the difference.
I even want to figure out a way to tokenize Tequila Gran Diamante, bring that onto the blockchain and do some crazy stuff there, and some like augmented reality, like. You go to your favorite restaurant and bar. You flip on your glasses, which you know in the future will have connected tissue to AR. You know, like the Apple glass, or your Ray-Bans. It's gonna get miniaturized, and then you see a promotion on the shelf. And I'm giving some ideas away. I don't give a shit. Try to do it. You know, I'm gonna do it first. But you're at your favorite bar, and all of a sudden you see Tequila Gran Diamante inside. Augmented reality on the shelf, and it's that special bottle that nobody knows about, and it's secret, it's hidden, and only you see it. Only you see it because you got the special pass to get it. So stuff like that, you know, I'm trying to think of cool stuff like that. dude, I'm all in all these things. You know, I'm connecting all these dots. I don't know if anybody else is doing it like that. And shout out if you are
Probably
thinking
not.
like that.
But
Right.
yeah,
So much cool stuff coming, and be on the lookout, guys. Tequila Gran Diamante is going to be on everybody's shelf. This thing's going to be huge, huge. If you don't know
Awesome.
hey,
about it,
listen,
you know that.
hey, listen. When you go to finding people who you want to bring in as sponsorships and stuff like that, man, keep me in mind, man. Definitely, I do. And I have a nice size following, man. So that we as Worldwide Collaboration definitely got one too.
Yeah,
So
let's do that.
definitely
Let me
keep
send
us
you.
in
I'll send
mind,
you a
man. 'Cause
bottle.
those brand deals are
Yeah,
big.
I'll send both you guys a bottle. But you guys send me your address in the DM. I'll have the
Okay.
team ship you a bottle. You know, let me know what you like. If you like the, Mike Russo keeps saying nice ass. You know, I totally agree with that comment. I don't know what he's
No
talking
Diddy,
about.
man. No Diddy,
No
bro.
Diddy,
No
no
Diddy.
Diddy,
No
no
Diddy.
Diddy. Oh my God,
Yeah,
what's going on with Diddy?
yeah, we ain't
What
doing
the
that. No
hell?
Drake either.
No Drake. What is going on,
No,
guys?
no Diddy, no Drake.
But
No,
yeah,
sorry.
you guys let me know what you know. We have our silver, we have our gold, we have our black, plata, reposado, añejo. You guys let me know what expression you like. I'll get a bottle from the team out to you guys, and we can talk about a
Anything
little
sounds
collaboration.
good.
Let's talk about some little collabs. I'm
Okay.
always down for collabs. Always
All
down.
right. Awesome.
Yeah,
If,
that's big.
if I can just tell them a little bit about it real quick. Worldwide Collaboration is the world movement beyond thousands of movements and talents put together, all about representing each other together, bringing everyone together, just like you were talking about bringing everyone together. And we've been doing that since 2009 too. And it don't matter if they have their own movements or companies. We are all one
We
together.
want that. We encourage that.
Right, exactly. And that's what our logo is. Our logo is created for everyone to represent. It's our logo together as a family, and it's all about unity.
No, I love what Worldwide Collaborations is doing, guys. Like, you guys keep doing that. You know, we'll figure out ways to collab in the future, and you know, all the time. I'm bringing everyone who's a part of and supports what I'm doing and my projects and my team. You become a part of it. You're not only you're not one step removed. You guys come into that circle and you rep the things that I rep, and we build together. I learned this the hard way. You can't do anything on your own. You got to go find your team. You got to go find your allies, and you got to fight back together. Right now in this world, we're fighting against everything. We're fighting against inflation, taxation, you know, the government, bullshit, war. It's all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
The only way that, you know, us little people can have a chance is to stick together, fight back,
Unity,
create dope,
man. That's
create
it, bro.
dope
That's
shit,
it.
create the dopest shit that people love, you know, and like have an opportunity to really do something special, right? And then share that love, share that wealth. It's about that, you know. So
Right.
that's kind of what I've been preaching more recently, for sure. And fight
Yeah,
against,
exactly.
as Crusoe says, fight against his nice ass. I don't know if we
Man,
could do that
and
right now,
I
but
don't
no Diddy,
understand
no
super
Diddy, no
trolling.
Diddy on that.
Super troll. But
That's what we do. Me and my squad, we troll.
hey, man, I see. I noticed that y'all are cool. It's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that as long as everybody understands what's going on. But where I'm from, man, that shit there.
I know, bro. I know. He's just messing around.
Yeah, I
But
know.
so what else you guys want to talk about? I got a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
I got
Okay.
I got like 5 minutes left, and then I got to dip out.
Okay.
I definitely wanted to hear, like, what's your filmmaking startup kit? Like, what if somebody, you know, never filmed anything with day in their life, what would you say the minimum requirements to get professional stuff and like programs and hardware list?
I will say,
that'll be helpful.
let me start by saying the opposite of I'll answer this in a statement. If you give Steven Spielberg an iPhone, he can go make ET in jars. It don't matter. It don't matter. So the most important thing is get your theory and your skill set and your eyes trained on understanding the psychology of actors and performances, the theory of storytelling, the theory of cinematography, the theory of lighting. You don't need to physically make anything. You need to understand what that is first. Okay, once you have the fundamentals, the baseline there, okay, you go get yourself a Sony A7 or the new Panasonic or something that you could have real lenses, because you do need to swap out lenses. Okay, you got to get trained on Premiere or Avid. Okay, as a bare minimum. If you're not good at Photoshop, that's okay, but you should learn Photoshop or Illustrator and After Effects. But you can also do like some like ghetto Photoshop in like Canva now. Like you could do stuff in Canva, and then you want to learn ChatGPT, you want to learn Midjourney and DALL-E. You want to get really good on that because a lot of prototyping can be done there. You got an idea for a monster flick, you need a cool idea, prototype in those platforms. Let AI help you. Don't be scared of AI. Embrace AI. Use it as a tool.
Yeah, your friend. Yeah, for sure.
AI is your friend. You know, people think AI is going to take people's jobs. No, it's only going to take a job if you wait too long. You know, it's
going to take people's jobs who are not trained in how to use them.
Yes. And so when you say a filmmaker's kit, it also, you know, a lot of people come up to me like, I'm doing a new project that's this dope open world game that I can't talk about. And, you know, the head of the studio goes, Joe, what, you know, like, what's your style? Like, what's your style? I was like, well, I don't have a style. The project dictates the style. Like you can come in and you have some ideas, but it all has to be influenced about the project. You don't come in and go, I'm a guy that makes things look like this. That's the opposite mentality. Like
that's counterintuitive.
That should come out naturally. Let that come out naturally. You're going like like I always talk about Children of Men. Very influential. Alfonso Cuarón. These guys are very influential to me in my career. Especially at that time, I was just breaking out into the industry, and like Children of Men, there's takes in there like shots that are like 45 minutes long, and the tonality, right, and the performances and the story, like what it is. Humanity is dying because nobody's had a baby in 25 years, so they're all just waiting to die basically, and they're trying to get by. And there's so much layers to it. And I said, you can only make that film because of that script. Like that, it would only look like that because that's how you look at a script like that, and you determine all the visual aesthetics, all that storytelling, all that stylization, all the tonality is actually inspired by the words on the paper. So when you put a kit together, the kit is going to transform and be kind of evolve based on the product that you're trying to make, based on the story they're trying to tell, so based on if it's a music video.
So there's no right answer. It's just a matter of having a vision and understanding what you need to get close to that.
Exactly. And you know, when I was trained, guys, this is brilliant. One of the shout out to Columbia, where I went to school there. School didn't really teach you anything, but for me, I use that as a job. You know, I don't know if I get in trouble with this, but I took all the equipment and shot my own commercials and films and stuff, and I would bring it back. You know, and I got a job in the cage where all the rentals were for everything. So I basically had a giant studio I had access to that I just would pull stuff from, right? And depending on the project, I pulled it and done it and brought it back, you know, all like above the line legal. I just bend the rules, right? You got to bend the rules. What is the rule set? How do I bend it in my favor and not hurt nobody's feelings? But if you don't think like that, then you're not going to get the edge. You're not going to have that ability to like put yourself in a position to have that option. I put myself in that position because I thought ahead. I was like, wait, I don't need to go buy a camera. All the cameras are right there in my school. The best cameras in the world. Why would I go get a shitty camera and do what with it? And one camera doesn't fit everything, or one light doesn't fit everything, or one stabilizer or tripod or a dolly. And you really have to utilize your weapons, right? Because it's a case of weapons. Like if you're gonna go battle, like if I'm a sniper or if I'm on the front line or if I'm in the back, you're not bringing the same weapon every time, right? Like you need the sniper to be a sniper. You can't use a knife to go snipe somebody, right?
No.
But I hope this is starting. Like I hope this makes sense. But you know, that's the mentality. It's not the thing. It's your brain. It's how you approach the problem. It's not, man, I better get the best lens today. Fuck the lens. Fuck the camera. Fuck all that shit. It's about how you really gonna approach. How are you gonna approach this? It's you are the weapon. You are the lens. You are the camera, right? It don't matter the tool. You go make the tool work for you, not the other way around.
Man, that's powerful information. Because a lot of people are limited based on what they feel like they have or don't have. But I'm agreeing with you, if you have a smartphone, I have people who pick on me. Everybody uses iPhone, but I got a Galaxy 22 Ultra, and I be filming shit on there, and they be looking dope. They be like, "Man, you got an iPhone?" I'm like, nope, I got a Galaxy 22 Ultra.
Yeah,
But bitch, if you
right.
do it, like, so lighting is important, angles is important, and the vision. Having the vision of what you want to create, and then being able to get close enough to it to where you can get assistance from AI and or editing to bring it into fruition.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some more alpha. Like, and when I say alpha, if you guys don't know what that is, that's a term that is like giving somebody information that they don't know about. Not that I'm alpha. That's not what I mean. Like, this is a
It's
people
okay.
are
I'm a
using this
Sigma,
now.
so it don't
There
matter.
you go. And so here's another little thing I learned the hard way, dude. It's about tapping into something. Like, if you really believe something in yourself and you're willing to put in the work, you're gonna tap into this secret power that nobody really understands, but it's out there and it's invisible, and it's like
Sounds like a flow state.
some people call it frequencies or manifestation, and it's a little bit of all those things. I think in 1,000 years
Absolutely.
we'll know the science behind it, or the whatever, God, I don't know, whatever it is. We don't
Whatever you
know,
want to
but we know
call
that it
it, right?
exists. We know it exists, and you can tap
The
into it,
feel.
and you can use it. You can use it. It's a feeling. It's an energy. It's an emotion, and you can go into that state of mind or find it, and you can do anything. It is a true
Yeah.
thing, and you probably, a lot of people don't talk about it because so we don't really understand it, but it is real. And everything that I do in my life is because of that thing. Like, I find it, I tap
Yeah.
into it. Sometimes it doesn't
That's
find me
what I do
back.
too.
You have
So
to. If you're not
what you're
thinking like
describing,
that,
what you're describing, part and self. What you're describing is a lot of times sports people who play sports, they call it being in the
yeah,
zone.
it's true.
I call it the flow state, because
Yeah,
once it's like when your alpha frequencies take a step back, or your beta frequencies take a step back, and your brain goes into alpha. And then so you're past the conscious thinking and thinking about what you're going to do, and it's automatic, and now it's coming from your subconscious, and that's that flow state. You know what I'm saying? And that's super duper important. And I write music. I'm a writer. I do music. So that is everything. I can't
absolutely.
do anything without the flow state.
Yeah,
I almost refuse, because it's like, if you don't have that, you're not gonna be able to do what you really want to do.
yeah, and
You know?
and every time you go out and party, you're calcifying your ability to keep tapping into that. People don't realize there'll be plenty of time to go to the club and get bottle service and go to Dubai and go to this and go to that island, but you got to earn that shit. You got to earn that shit. You got to tap into your flow state and hit those trigger marks and make awesome stuff, and then you give yourself the ability to actually enjoy yourself. If you switch your mind like that and be like, oh, Friday night, all my boys are out, I must be out too, and I gotta get shift fit. If you think like that, you're gonna be at the club when that one person is out working and putting that work in and find that state of mind, and then they're partying at the Burj Khalifa, that next Friday, and you and your friends are still at that same local spot, like, you're all doing the same shit. Surround yourself by people that are better and smarter than you, or don't surround
That's it.
yourself with anybody. Don't surround yourself with anybody. Like,
Hey,
my
they say
circle,
wisdom.
yeah,
They
good.
say wisdom can only be found in solitude.
I think there's truth to that. I think there is some truth to that. But what's even more important is finding a partner. When I found my chick, shout out to Laisla, dude. We have businesses together now. We're kicking ass. We're doing crazy things. I'm investing in weird shit I never even had thought about. Crypto and games and AI. Like, that all started to go like parabolic. I was doing dope stuff before that, and like, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how I got by. But with her, it's almost like the puzzle piece was like, connected, right? That missing element. And when you find a partner like that, if you're, whatever, whoever that is for you, you'll know it, because it's going to be like a click. The click happens, and then all of a sudden you have this extra ability to do even more crazy shit. And you're like, what the hell is going on? Where'd this extra super weapon come from? Like, every big successful person, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, they all have that person. If you don't have that person, go find it, You need it. If you're gonna do dope shit, you actually have to have that. It is a bare cost of entry. It's a minimum cost of entry. I don't care what anybody says. There's always the counter argument that someone that could do great stuff individually. Yes, I did it. I've done more in less time with finding the significant other that is the right person for me. It's my yin and the yang than I've done without that, right? And in a short amount of time. So like that is another important metric to success.
Yeah, me and my wife been together for over 9 years, going on 10 years now. Major shout outs to Jessica Martindale. Definitely. We've been going really, really strong, and she's helped me so much over the years. But you may not see her, but she's always here. You know what I mean? She's always behind the scenes, listening and just helping out.
That's what's up, man. That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't think he was really talking about relationships in that way, but yeah, that definitely, that's how it is a relationship what you have with her. So it fits. But I think he meant more like in the business aspect, somebody, a partner who's on the same frequency or similar frequency, and y'all could just build off each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes every now and then you'll run into somebody that's fortunate to find a life partner that also doubles as their business partner. Like me and my old lady are similar to that, but even with that, it's still best sometimes to have even another person who's you're not in a relationship with that, you know what I'm saying? That you can really throw ideas back and forth with and just power up each other. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has days where they don't feel like doing shit or they don't feel like they can't get past the hump, and then the other person's just gonna charge you and send you back out there charged up,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a common thing that, you find a significant other and you go into business. You usually fail. Actually, I would advise against that. Like, probably don't do that unless you know. Like, some people, you'll know it and you don't need to question it, right? But I'm just laughing at these fucking comments right now. I gotta hit up my guys later. But
they need some attention.
Yeah. But no. So it's important, But yeah, man. What else, guys? Anything else?
You got anything else, Joe?
And I just want to say thank you, bro. I want to take this moment to say thank you. And I will happily be a part of Blast Crew and or whatever sister organizations that you got that are auxiliary, you know what I'm saying, to what you're doing mainly. And I'm ready to work. I'm ready to get to it. And not even just work, but I'm a big believer in basically what you just said, but I'm also a big believer of think tanking. And I think that if you can find one person, that's great. But I think if you can find even like 3 to 10 people who are close in frequency, the power in that is unreal. I was studying about the monkey mind effect, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and creating egregores, you know what I'm saying, which are thought forms, which are living entities. Thoughts are living beings that live in a museum, but the mind is the place to war is one Colosseum. That's one of the rhymes one of my old school rhymes. But the point is that I feel like the more people that you put together that are close to similar in frequency, the more powerful you can build the new heaven and new earth, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's really about.
I'll say this. I think God meant you to find heaven on earth. That's your first step.
Absolutely.
Finding your peace, go through your pain and suffering, come out the other end with some knowledge and some learning, and find those like-minded people, find that partner, and then start creating, start building, start enjoying yourself. It's okay to enjoy yourself. It's okay to sleep in once in a while. Don't beat yourself up over that. But most important thing is mental and physical health. Eat well. Don't eat like shit. Don't eat freaking bread all the time and all sugar. Like, cut that shit out. You're gonna save yourself. Get in the gym. I get in the gym. I'm in the gym 6 a.m. every single 7 days a week, guys. Whether I'm traveling, if I'm flying 24 hours, and you know where I go when I get to the hotel? I put my shit down and I go to the gym, because mentally, your physical health is your mental health. It is part of it.
That's it.
Go in the sauna. Take care of it. Eat healthy. Eat good stuff. Don't eat fucking shit all the time. You're gonna regret it.
See this? I drink alkaline water. I wouldn't even drink any other type of water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even play. I'm a vegan. I don't eat meat.
Good.
Pork. None of that shit.
Good.
So
Yeah, I don't eat
Yeah.
pork. I basically only eat chicken and
Yeah.
and good and non-fatty meats, but no breads, no like low
Basically
carb
electric
diet.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low carb diet. Like don't eat breads in the morning. Don't even eat breakfast. Like I don't care what anybody tells you.
Yeah. I like
Don't eat
intermittent fasting.
don't eat till 12. But when you do wake up, take a shot of olive oil. When you're ready to eat after you've got your routine going, have some coffee, have some avocado, have a banana, have healthy shit. Like don't go eat like pancakes. Like no pancake. Cut it out. Cut your pancakes out.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm saying this right now because I don't know if enough people talk about this shit, but like this food is they're trying to kill you guys. Like the food is trying to kill you.
For sure.
Like
100%. I can prove it right now.
I'm gonna tell
100%.
you for a fact. The shit that you're eating is toxic and killing you. So you have to counter that. You got to detoxify yourself. You got to drink a shit ton of water. You got to take the right vitamins. You got to cut sugar out. You got to cut this shit out. Like stop eating bad, guys, because it's not going to, I'm telling you, it's going to bite you in the ass very soon if you don't start fighting back on this stuff and taking your health serious. Like don't wait until it's too late.
Amen. Amen to that, man. Amen to that. And I'm not. Yeah, I definitely gotta agree to that, man, because you know, a lot of people they want their lives to change, but yet their inner attitude towards life does not change. And so that we know that the greatest discovery of this last 100 years is that by changing your inner attitude, you can change your physical environment and what's going on in your life. And you know, and a lot of people they want these changes physically and they want the nice job and the great situations, but their attitude, their mental attitudes, it sucks.
Yeah.
You know, because they have the same broken process, this broken thinking, where they think that doing something negative is going to yield positive results, and that's not always the case. It very, very rarely is the case. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that, you know, and I do a lot of coaching, man, and I don't get paid nowhere near what I should, but at the end of the day, I always tell people, hey, man, you want to find happiness, find some accountability. Stop giving things outside of you power to control how you feel. Stop letting people make you mad. Stop letting stuff make you do stuff. Gain your power back. You know what I'm saying? I meditate every day. You know what I'm saying? I work out at least 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that that's me controlling my energy, and then I'm controlling my thoughts, which in turn control my actions, which in turn controls my environment. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that process right there is super simple, but yet at the same time it's profound. You know?
Well, I'll tell you this: everything you just said, if you really lean into that, you know, you could end up like look where I am on a Sunday. I earned this.
On the way.
I'm on
the way.
I earned it, guys.
You did.
Because I put in that work. I failed. I picked myself up. I tried harder. I got the right people around me. You know, I realized I can't do this shit on my own. I need a good group of family and friends and colleagues and a partner, right? And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it harder and better than anybody around me. And every time, I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the most athletic. I wasn't anything at the top. But I sure as hell am close to that shit now in a lot of categories because I said I'm gonna get there and I broke down those steps. Here's where I am. This is the places that I get to hang out with on a daily basis, you know, and do my work and travel around the world and make the dopest shit ever that nobody even minds are gonna be blown with the stuff coming out. You think the projects I've done in the past are cool? You don't even know. Like, no, I wish I could just show you behind the curtain. Everybody is gonna shit their pants when they see the next projects that I got coming out. And you're gonna go like, what the fuck? How did he do that? Like, what is going on here? No one's gonna understand. I got AI projects that right now. I'm doing stuff with AI that you're not even gonna realize. Like, you're gonna be like, I don't even know what reality is anymore. I just want to go in the game world. Like, I'm done with this world. It's gonna be that amazing, that close, and it's on the tip of coming out. So, with that, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you, bro.
Hit me up anytime, you know, and anybody listening, you guys want anything, you need advice, you want me to look at something, you got an idea, I'll look at it, I'll talk to you. Sometimes I'll be late to respond, but
just a quick message to the fam and to the mob. Shout out to the mob. Ain't nothing bigger than the mob. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, Joey Rubino, protect him at all costs, man. Minds like this is very rare, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we got to protect people like you at all costs, bro, because that is literally the future. So I must leave with that note, man.
Love
Thank
that.
you so
Love
much,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
We're
thank
the
you
future.
for having us. Truly appreciate it. It's definitely an honor. And could you please tag us as a collaborator too on this when you post it, please?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We
Yes.
truly
Yes.
appreciate it.
I'll do that right now. And now I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. I'm gonna go enjoy the beach, relax, the pool, and Monday tomorrow we start it all over again, guys. You know, back
Sounds
at it.
Yeah.
like my day. All right.
Thank
All right,
you.
Bless one.
Major shout outs to you, Joey Rubino and Brian Zampella and the whole Blast crew
That's right.
and worldwide collaboration.
That's right.
Peace out, brother.
We got some updates coming on Blast Crew very soon, guys.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Peace out.
Worldwide collaboration.
Yo, what up? This is
Going
Big Cappuccino,
live.
the Great
Here we
Wu-Tang
go.
Clan, Killer Bees.
All right,
on the
we're
swarm.
live right
Yo,
now.
what's up, man? It's your boy Bazaar from D12.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We got Joey
Hey,
Rubino,
Brandman is in the building.
Brian
You already
Zampella
know.
in the
Hey guys,
building.
this is Emily Peachy.
What's going
Shout
on?
out,
So honored
man,
and
to
happy to
worldwide
have you guys here
collaborations,
today.
man.
Thank you.
I want to shout out Worldwide Collaboration LLC.
Shout out to the
Worldwide
Worldwide Collaborations
We appreciate
LLC.
you.
World
We
Move.
Hell yeah.
We always see you out there supporting us. So we wanted to come on. We thought it was only right that we would support you as well.
That's right.
Thank you. That's what it's all about, supporting each other however we can. I know Will is going to be coming in any minute here. I just resent him the link, so he will be here. So yeah, let's get started. Let's let everybody know how it is. How did you get started and becoming a part and creating Blast Crew?
You want to take this one, Joe?
Sure, yeah. Me and Z-Man, we known each other for a long time, and a long time ago, on a buddy of mine's patio, we realized we both had an affinity for storytelling and film and all that shit. At that time, I was doing video games exclusively. I think I was actually I may have not even been doing that yet. I was a filmmaker first, doing flying around doing films and TV. I'm sorry, films, commercials, music video, TV, and I was really young storyteller at that time. And me and Z kind of connected on, maybe one day we'll do some shit, do some cool stuff. So that, I mean, this is like 15 years, 20 years ago, maybe something like that. What is it?
20 years.
Yeah. And so we started like slowly talking about maybe doing something. So in like 2015 and 2016, the Blast Crew universe really came alive. And do we know it was the Blast Crew universe then?
Going live. Here we go. All right, we're live right now. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We got Joey Rubino and Brian Zampella in the building. What's going on? So honored and happy to have you guys here today. Thank you so much for becoming a part of Worldwide Collaboration as well.
Worldwide collaborations. We appreciate you. We appreciate
Hell
you.
yeah.
We always see you out there supporting us. So we wanted to come on. We thought it was only right that we would support you as well.
That's right.
Thank you. That's what it's all about, supporting each other however we can. I know Will is going to be coming in any minute here. I just resent him the link, so he will be here. So yeah, let's get started. Let's let everybody know how it is. How did you get started and becoming a part and creating Blast Crew?
You want to take this one, Joe?
Sure, yeah. Me and Z-Man, we known each other for a long time, and a long time ago, on a buddy of mine's patio, we realized we both had an affinity for storytelling and film and all that shit. At that time, I was doing video games exclusively. I think I was actually I may have not even been doing that yet. I was a filmmaker first, doing flying around doing films and TV. I'm sorry, films, commercials, music video, TV, and I was really young storyteller at that time. and me and Z kind of connected on, yo, maybe one day we'll do some shit, you know, do some cool stuff, you know. So that, I mean, this is like 15 years, 20 years ago, maybe something like that. What is it?
20 years.
Yeah, and so we
Oh,
started.
wow.
We started like slowly talking about maybe doing something, you know. So in like 2015 and 2016, the Blast Crew universe really came alive. And do we know it was the Blast Crew universe then? Probably not. But Blast Crew is actually part of a larger universe that we're not going to talk about right now, and we won't get into. But that universe was established, and we sort of fit Blast Crew into this universe that we've created. And you know, for a long time, I wanted to do something different and bring Hollywood and video games together. I felt that there was a big gap in sort of content and the merge of those things, and do something new and fresh and create a multimedia universe. You know, in my world, we call that transmedia. It's a really weird term. I don't like that term, but it actually means transcending all verticals of content. So games, TV, film, graphic novels. What's up, Trillo?
What's up, bro? Hey, hey, man. My bad. I'm late, y'all. I thought we had a little more time.
You got the popo chasing you out there, man? What's going on?
Nah, man. You know that's just my lighting. Is it bothering you?
No.
It matched the background though. I always do this on my show. I have it already on there. You want me to switch it?
It's tight.
No, it's cool. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was my apologies. I got mixed up with the time, so I apologize on that.
It's all good. We're all here.
Good.
Yes.
What y'all talking about?
The whole crew is here.
Besides Vance, something happened to him.
Yeah, something happened to Vance, guys.
Oh no, what happened?
We don't know. So he was kidnapped. That's all we can know.
Oh man, he was kidnapped. Oh man, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We think he's missing. I mean, he's literally missing. Like, we don't know where he is. So
wow.
Well, damn.
We don't know who kidnapped him. We don't know what's going on, but we're gonna try to get to the bottom of it after this.
We're gonna put the Blast Crew on it. We're gonna find them. Blast Crew. I know my Blast Crew gonna get to him.
Yeah, we gotta find
them.
Hell yeah, we got the private jet with the heat seeker on there, so we'll be able to find him. Druids got him. The Druids.
The Druids might have him. Hey,
yeah,
that might.
They might.
But yeah, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, like, it started 20 years ago.
We go way back. New York, 20 years. About 20 years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, and some change. And yeah, we've been just planning and plotting ever since.
Yeah, and like our whole thing, guys, you know, we are chaos creators. You know, we are the bearers of chaos, and we bring the thing destruction. We don't give a fuck who we're going up against. It don't matter. It's us against the world. We have some big heavy hitters on our side. You know, we have big producers coming in. We have big talent. You know, we have a lot of amazing things. This is a big project. It's a passion project for myself, you know, amongst other projects I'm doing, and this is really taking a lot of my personal attention, and we're putting a lot into it. And obviously, Z and I are really co-founders of the Blast Crew universe. Vance is on the creative team. We have other members of that creative team that you'll meet and will kind of leak out eventually. And when we're ready to kind of expose more things about this universe. I think the biggest thing where we are now, guys, is that this thing is getting legs on its own. It's starting to stand on its own 2 feet, and we're really at a kind of an inflection point in Hollywood and in games. And Blast Crew fits right in the middle of those two things. And I think that the fans deserve this type of thing. You know, we hear all our fans loud and clear. People send us awesome ideas all the time. And the other big thing about this project, we made it for the people. You know, we always say this, the fifth member of the Blast Crew is the fans. And that doesn't, we're not just saying that. We have fan art that we're gonna put into the project. We're gonna bring fans into the world. They're gonna be characters in the world. We're gonna do meetups. We're gonna do giveaways. We're gonna do stuff where the audience votes and the fans vote on the direction of the story or what the main characters do. All these things are layered.
You can, sorry,
Yeah.
Joe, you can call me Zampella Claus because I'm keeping a list and I'm checking it twice of everybody.
That's
I'm not even kidding, dude. I sit there. That's what I feel like sometimes. I'm like fucking Santa Claus over here. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, this guy really supports us. I see him a lot. I fucking write his name down on a list and I keep it. And I'm gonna fucking. Yeah. I'm telling you, people who invested in us, we're gonna invest in them. It doesn't necessarily mean monetarily, but attention-wise and support.
Yeah. Yeah, and
well, attention is the new currency. So if anybody ain't paying attention, and they might have to pay attention later on. That's why they say pay attention, because you pay it. It's currency.
100%. 100%.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and like, you know, one thing that we want to do is figure out how to reward people in other ways, you know, with different things. I think it's pretty cool for someone who's maybe a prospecting animator or artist or concept artist or whatever. Send us a thing and we like it, and we put that thing into the project for the world to see, and we give you credit. You know, like I think that's pretty freaking cool. Like a lot of studios, a lot of production companies, a lot of executive producers, directors, they don't do that. You know, they don't really reward the fans too much, but we're doing that.
They'll just take the idea, or they'll give you some chump change, and that's it.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So that's kind of what's different about this, guys, and that's kind of how we got started. And you know, it's been nothing but positive from a lot of people, and we're going to continue to do it. You know, good things take a good recipe takes a while to put together and try out and do things, and but kind of we're being as transparent as we can be. But also, you guys have to also know, and everyone out there, we got to keep things close to the chest as well. We don't want people stealing our ideas, because these ideas are good. This universe, people are going to love this universe. So, Z, anything else you want to add?
No, just it should. You know, you've seen some of the people that have been leaked that are involved in the universe. I mean, these are epic talents. And it's going to be a lot of fun, like Joe says. And we are listening to the fans. We are listening to the people that support us.
That's right.
That's important.
Hell yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love it. As soon as I seen it, I really wanted to get involved into everything that you guys were doing, you know, just helping and supporting in any way possible. And because I really see the vision, and I love the vision, and I know it's really going to blow up. It's really going to blow up. People have no clue what is going to happen. So keep fucking blasting everyone, because this is the most major project out there. And just wait until you see it. Like, your heads are going to explode. Like, we made the Worldwide Collaboration cartoon where the guy goes, "What is worldwide collaboration?" And then he goes, "It will blow your mind." And his head literally explodes off his shoulders. And that's exactly what Blast Crew is right there in worldwide collaboration. Like, we're family. We're in this together to win this shit together. However we can win it. And I just really love everything that you guys are doing. And so why don't you tell us a little bit of how you actually got started with just, you know, other things, started getting involved in everything like that. What is your passion? What drove you, Z?
Z, I think you should take this, because you have such an interesting background.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty straightforward, you know? So Z's got a really cool story.
Let me think. All right. So I grew up in Queens, New York. That's where I'm from. Actually, when I was younger, I was pretty poor. It's kind of funny to say, but I lived in an apartment. There was times we really didn't have heat. We didn't have hot water. My mom would use the stove to kind of, heat the apartment and stuff. But she was super proud, so she never really asked for help from like our family. And for me, I just thought it was normal. Not that anything was bad. It's just, it was just a little bit uncomfortable than with some people. I guess, there was some comforts that I didn't have. I didn't have an air conditioner until I was like 19 years old. But you know, growing up, I grew up in the 90s, so I think a lot of people, our demographic's a little bit younger, but I didn't really have the internet. Like, they didn't really have Google. You could just like figure things out. So if you wanted to go to film school, if you wanted to be an actor, if you wanted to make something, it was extremely difficult. So me and my friends, you know, when I was growing up, I was probably, you know, 12, 13, 14 years old. We'd always make movies and stuff like that. But it didn't really seem like a reality for me to be in that world, just living in Queens. Like, everybody I knew was either a fireman, a cop, a construction worker, a you know, sanitation worker. They were some type of a construction worker, which is awesome. You know, those are great jobs. But that was kind of like what we did. So it's very difficult to like break out of that kind of mold. I got a lot of trouble when I was younger because I just had no real direction. Like, there was no, all these things didn't 100% appeal to me. Eventually, I actually became a cop. I worked in a specialized unit where, you know, I worked in plain clothes. Some people think of us as undercover cops, which we sort of are, but a little bit of a hybrid. I did that for a really long time. Eventually, I found my way into Hollywood and got a couple of jobs working as a consultant for, you know, jobs that had, you know, fight scenes, combat scenes, law enforcement scenes, things like that. So I guess that's how I sort of got brought in. Got a few parts that way. You know, people realized that I'm somebody who shows up. I'm somebody who's loyal. So I've gotten to work on a lot of really cool projects, almost as a consultant, and sort of behind the scenes. So I would say that's kind of how it went down for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a real amazing story. So what motivated you to, you know, get into it?
To get into storytelling, I think I was always sort of a storyteller. Even as like a young kid, I just don't think I had the opportunity to really put those skills out there, you know, because I was always in the street. I was always getting into trouble. You know, I mean, it just was something that I always wanted to do, but I didn't think it was I didn't see any path for me to do that. And once I did see the path, I really took the opportunity to go do it.
Right. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's fun. Sometimes you have no hope. You think, oh, nothing's ever going to really open up for me. And then all of a sudden there's an opportunity, but you got to be ready when that opportunity comes that you could kind of fucking jump at that and say, yo, I'm here. I can do this for you. I'm the guy. I'm the guy, you know? So there was a couple of projects where I was able to do that. I was able to say, hey, look, I'm your fucking guy. You know, I can do this. I lived that life. I know that life.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, I'm here. I'm going to fucking show up. Because a lot of people, they just don't go up or they talk shit. They really didn't live that life. But, you know, I have a lot of experience where I'm blessed that I can fucking kind of come in there and give my 2 cents. And, it, you know, it makes sense. And it's the way it's the way it is.
Right. So, that board right there, I see that board. Is there anything you could tell us about it?
This board? What do you think it is?
I think it's the mission board.
Could be. We got to update.
Just like,
go on.
Just like the mission, you know what I mean? Like the mission in life, like the different things. Like, let's say you're a secret agent, you know, they got those boards and stuff like that. And they like to call those the mission boards. So that's what I look at it as. And it's awesome. It's definitely awesome to see.
Not too far. It's close.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
Good guess. Good guess.
Right. You got to plan it out first.
The heist board. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. What else were you going to say?
I was just going to say, if you want something done right, you got to plan it out first. So
Right, exactly. Trey, Will, you want to ask him anything?
Oh man, you don't want to ask me that. I got a million questions.
Well, I just want to make sure you get yours in too. You know what I mean?
Right. So what are y'all doing to, I should ask, what are y'all doing currently to bridge the gap between cinema and video games?
I can take this one. So having a foot in both, I have a unique perspective. It's like sticking your head from under the water to above the water if you're a fish.
Mhm.
That's kind of the perspective I have, where I can kind of breathe in both environments. And what we're doing right now, I can't talk about some other projects, but I have 3 projects in production.
Right.
In video games.
Right.
And I have a TV show, and I have this project, which is a multimedia project with Z.
Mhm.
And this is kind of a baby of mine now. And I'll tell you, the creative process of this project is constantly thinking. We always ask ourselves, we have pillars, right? We have a writing room, we have creative sinks, we have everything that you would do for a proper Hollywood project, but with a twist. We're approaching it more like a game,
Mm.
in a way, but it's not a per se game. It is that in other ways. I won't get into it, but we have pillars, and we ask ourselves, how can we make this more immersive and interactive? How can we satisfy gamers? Okay, how do we make sure that they are going to come to this universe and enjoy and stick around, right? And
Right.
there's layers to that onion that you have to peel back and discover, and always tie it back to that. Are we being true to that? What we don't want to do is be singular or binary. And what I mean by that is, when you watch or experience or whatever, any of the content within the SQ universe, we always want you to feel like, all right, this is satisfying multiple objectives. There's interactivity. Now, what does that mean? I mean, literally, you're going to choose things in the content, like in real time. That's interactive. That's the gamification of television or film. Okay, so we're
Okay.
bringing that in. We're bringing that in, and that's one way to converge these worlds. The other way is, a lot of our favorite video game characters and the people that play or voice and act. Most people incorrectly characterize video game actors as voice actors. They're not.
Oh,
Video game
wow.
actors
Okay.
are actors. Video game
Right.
actors are actors.
I'm glad you're saying
Right.
that. Really happy you're saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, because it's easy to get lumped together, but I can see how it'd be different, especially if you're like playing in a game that requires motion sensors and things of
Yes.
that nature.
Yes.
You can't just use your voice. You have to actually do whatever it is that the acting that you're filming, and layering in that with polygons and whatnot.
Yeah. Polygons, triangles. We actually use the term triangles, which you was close. It was close. But
Outfits
you're
are
absolutely right.
sometimes.
What's that? What's that, Z?
Outfits are a nightmare sometimes.
Yes. But like the thing is, we don't get to see our favorite video game stars that much very often. Some are
Right.
typecasted in the same roles, and okay, whatever. But there's guys like Troy Baker and Nathan Drake from Uncharted. The guys that play all your favorite actors from or characters from like the GTA's games. Like, we don't really see them too often outside of the game world, right?
Right.
So, and then at the opposite spectrum, we have our favorite streaming shows. What if you can go meet a Bryan Cranston type character from Breaking Bad, but it's not exactly that. But we get to bring that type of character into a universe that is interactive, that also has our other favorite characters from games. No one's doing that. No one's thinking about that. No one's trying to solve that problem, because it's a really hard one. Well, the best people to actually solve that, I think, are the people from the gaming universe, and maybe myself and the team that we have here are best suited to do that. So we're constantly asking ourselves, and I think it's a good question, Trill. Trill, what you bring up is, how are we doing it? And those are the ways we're doing it. But it also comes down to the content. Is what you're experiencing, what you're viewing, what you're interacting with, does it feel purposeful and relatively relative to to your favorite projects of all time.
Right.
And so we asked
Is
ourselves
it
this other question.
comparable? Is it comparable? Is it a comparable experience?
It is, and there's a very fine line between being inspired by something,
Right, and
making
copying.
a love letter to that, and then
Right.
kind of copying. We're not
Right.
copying anything. What we are is we're sending love letters to a lot of the things that we love, and that
Right.
is
That makes sense.
90s and 80s action films,
Right.
and
Definitely.
some of our favorite games of all
Those were
time.
some of the best, though, man. That it'll never action films will never be like that again, man. It just those were different. Yeah.
That's right.
They
That's
also-
right. And so that's kind of how we're bringing these things together.
I just want to add one thing. It's also like about taking risks. I feel like a lot of the studios now, a lot of the projects you see, they're just
safe.
recycled. It's almost
Yeah, it's safe. They know it works and they keep doing the same thing.
they're trying to be safe.
Yeah.
I think what Joe brings to the table and what I'm trying to bring to the table is that we're not necessarily going to be safe. We're going to try. We're going to be experimental. And this is why a lot of the movies in the 90s were so good. This is why, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, all these movies were so good because they were, the directors and the producers and everybody, they were willing to just take risks, to kind of throw it out there and see how the audience responded. Now, nobody wants to do that. They don't want to take risks. They just want to make sure that they're going to make money. But a lot of these projects aren't even making money now, because they're too safe. So everyone knows what to expect. People want to be shocked. People want to be surprised. People want something new. And they want people to take risks. And that's what we're willing to do in this project.
So speaking of risks, right? So here's a potential risk, and this is just me thinking, like, if I was in y'all's position, what might I be looking into? How do y'all feel about bringing in or introducing augmented reality into what y'all are doing?
I work with augmented reality every day. When we say multimedia, transmedia universe, that means there's going to be different forms to experience the content.
Right.
Now, at first, we are going to be very explicit. The first thing we're putting out, which we codename Project Triangle, it won't have that. Okay? It won't have that. But following that, when this universe opens up and expands, absolutely, that's on the table. That's on the table. Amongst other things like that. My world is games, AI, VR, storytelling in games, immersion, technology, all that, right? Bringing that over now to the other side is what we're doing. We're bringing that in and combining. We're meeting in the middle of all these things. So that's definitely on the table.
So with that, along with that, right? And I'm like, okay, augmented reality is on the table. That's really cool, in the future. But I think that because I remember, and this is just me being introspective and retrospective and looking at the whole picture. I remember when virtual reality was the thing, right? And it's still a thing, but it's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? What happened? What do you feel happened with that? Like, because it was a thing for a while, then it disappeared. It's come back like 3 or 4 times, but it never was the thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's looking like augmented reality is gonna be the thing.
Joe can probably talk about this a lot. Joe can probably talk about this a lot more, but I just want to say that what I think happened is I think they tried to rush it a lot of times.
They did rush it. No, they totally did. Right.
Rushed it a bunch of times, and they tried to kind of market it, and it was sort of like a little bit of a quick money grab, maybe. But I think future iterations of it, and again, when the future iterations really work well, I think that I would like to see it incorporated into our Blast Crew universe.
Right. Yeah. So I agree. I'm working. I probably can't say this, but I might be helping build a virtual reality. We call it XR now, which is called mixed reality. You can also say MR.
Okay. I thought that was the same thing as AR. Okay, good. My bad.
Yeah. So I may or may not be helping build an amusement park. So
wow. Okay, so you're actually you actually going exactly kind of where I was going, because I just talked with a lady, and I would love to connect y'all. She's building what's called a super learning center that'll
Okay.
probably be, and it's basically AR or MR, mixed reality, AR, however you want to word it, terminology. But it's really dope, and I really want. I think that would be dope if we started using video games to not just be video games, but also to be at least somewhat educational, because kids really love video games. And I remember back when I was in school, there was a game called Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, right? And
Yeah.
so that game made me want to learn. I remember that. I remember like, man, I really need to learn this stuff so I can keep playing this game. That's ancient. It's ancient. It's an ancient game. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
Great
plays
game.
it. People don't even probably know what that is anymore, right?
I know that game.
But
I had that game.
I'm all about you know, protecting the next 7 generations of children. You know, what can we do to end? Because I know learning was such a boring thing. For I love to learn, but in school, it's funny because the word school comes from the Hebrew word Sheol, right, which means hell. And it kind of like, but and it kind of like reminded me of hell because I didn't want to go. You know what I mean? I mean, I like to go socialize, but the actual learning part seems to be very difficult because she's the lady. She's initiating what they call the whole brain learning initiative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. It's deep, and I just would love to see that the interplay between cinema, video games, and edutainment. Not necessarily educational all the way, but I remember back in the day, even the cartoons had morals in it. Like these days, that's non-existent. You know what I'm saying?
I will comment and I will say something that maybe some people don't like, but here's the issue right now. If you do your job the right way, you can have all those things and they're invisible. One thing that we say in my world is if you could see or sense the subjective mentality of the storyteller, you're not doing a great job, right? So morals, education, and entertainment don't have to be exclusive. They can be together. They can be connected. They can be daisy chained together. And you can get all of those things out of some content or an experience. And I think what you're seeing right now, and I don't want to call out too many studios, but they're all guilty of it. We're not going to go in and apply the agenda that you're experiencing right now. In fact, we're going to say we're not doing that. And you could look at Star Wars. You could look at a lot of IP that have really gone down the hill. I think they'll turn it around. I mean, everything is a cycle and a wave.
Right.
Okay. So if you love that
wave
universe,
is the correct terminology. I like that scientific terminology. Yes, it's wave.
It is.
Correct.
It is because it is. It will come back. People just are
wave
like
conjugations.
You have to listen to the audience. And right now, people are saying, "Look, we've had enough of a certain thing, or stop jamming something down my throat." I want to experience and get lost like I used to, right? I want to have that immersion. And if you keep putting these things that are clear agenda items, and you can fill in the blanks, ladies and gentlemen.
It don't matter. Yeah, it's exactly what you're saying.
But I'm not going to do that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to actually get back to what people love, okay? And we're going to stick to that. And we're gonna be resistant against some of these agenda items.
Okay.
Whether you're for it or against it, it doesn't matter what you like or don't like. We don't care. We're going to get back to good entertainment, good storytelling, immersion, interactivity, and all those things that you miss. That's what we're getting back to.
So, Trill, I hated school too. I actually dropped out of high school. Dropped out of my junior year. I was out of there. I ended up working, getting a job, and then eventually I went back to I got my GED and went to a community college. But and I also like learning, like you. I like to read. I like to learn on my own pace, and I like to, when I was interested in something, I was engaged.
Right.
The problem with school was it was like a fucking herd mentality. The bell rings, everyone shows up, everyone learns the same thing. If you're interested in something, you can't go out and explore that thing. There was no individualization. There was no individual journey there. There was no agency. It just felt like you said, I was in fucking hell. Like I was in prison.
Exactly.
do everything that they wanted to do. I couldn't explore this. Like if they're talking about ancient Egypt for a second, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. But now we got to move along. But I'm like, yeah, I want to explore this. There's a whole universe to explore here. So, you know, in Blast Crew, we're going to give the audience a bit of agency to go and explore certain things, certain aspects of the universe. They don't have to move along like with the crowd. They can go over here. They can look over here. They can look over there. Just to kind of bring this whole thing back to, you know, school and learning, and just feeling a lot of these projects, again, like I said, it's kind of the same project, the same agenda kind of thrown at you, which is fine, but people are kind of responding now like, all right, I've seen that. Give me something else. Give me something else. Give me a little bit of that, but I want some of this too. I want to be able to go out on my own. I have these, I'm an individual, and I want to explore things that I want to explore. So, you know, I hope that kind of adds something to what we're talking about right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's amazing. Here he goes right there.
Yeah. So.
Did you hear that, Joe? Did I break up there on you?
Yeah, my bad. You know, it's always something. But what I was saying, so yeah, that's exactly what I want to get it back to, because you know, at the end of the day, it almost feels as if free will has been almost removed. Like it's like they say it's a country of the free, but then they only give you a limited options. It's kind of like the illusion of selecting a president. They tell you, oh, you elect a president. That's true, but election and selection are two different things. Select would be the pick of whoever, right? And election is based on whoever they pick, and then they say, okay, these are your couple options. You go for them. You can go from there, and they still don't allow it because it's the electoral college that actually makes the vote, that actually puts them in office. I don't know. So my point is that it's a lot of illusions of choice, a lot of Maya, a lot of illusion of freedom, and I think that if we let people have the freedom, and also that is including the freedom to explore, because if you have a beaten path and you keep pointing people to this certain path, yeah, they have an option, but their viewpoint on what those options are limited, versus actually learning and experiencing, which would mean that you actually can go out and make the wrong decision, and then okay, well, let's try something else because that didn't work, versus being shown a couple little things that you could possibly do and getting that beat into your head over and over and over again, because that's what they're doing. And just real quick on the learning thing, also with the whole brain learning, you know, my people are actually they're actually looking into like making it, because they have all the different classes and stuff. They want to teach one subject a day. I think that's super important, because along the lines of what you were saying with Egypt or Kemet or Kim, you know what I'm saying? If I want to study, if we're studying Kim or Kemet, or what you call current day Egypt or Hikupta, right? So if I wanted to learn more about that, like you said, in 45 minutes to an hour, I'm in another class being forced to learn something else, and my mind's still back there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's important. And they said that the learning had improved like 70% just based on that. You know what I'm saying?
You got to
Yeah.
move with math, but you could learn math, you know, in kind of the construct of ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? You could learn about the measurements of the, you know, geometry and things of that nature. So I don't need to move on to this other math class. I could learn a lot of other things, writing. You know, I can write about Egypt. Now I'm more interested about writing. So there's so many things you can do just exploring the topic that you're interested in.
And that's kind of where I was going, because I know so many kids are interested in video games, and so we know that they're interested in this stuff. So like, doesn't that make us obligated to give them more information that they're going to need, maybe in a way that they already are willing to accept it because that's their favorite thing already?
Well, you know, this is really interesting. Maybe I can offer this. You know, I'm not going to say, just for instance, you know, say we're watching a movie, right, or a video game. You know, we'll just keep it for a movie right now. Crime scene happens, right? Now we move on to the next scene. Okay, but that was fucking interesting for some people. People say, "Oh, that crime scene's interesting." Some people just want to move on. They just want to get to the let's get to the fucking next scene, right? But some people,
you don't remember Pick Your Own Adventure?
I'm sorry, say that again. Pick Your Own
You don't
Adventure?
remember Pick Your Own Adventure books?
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Good.
But this is cool because when you talk about media, you know, now you have so much more space to kind of explore. So now maybe you want to, this viewer wants to stay in the crime scene. They want to learn about the crime scene. They want to see what you know, what the crime scene unit is doing, what type of procedures they're doing. So now you can stay there for a little bit, chill out. The story is waiting for you when you want to engage back with the story. So now you have a little agency to explore. You're also learning. So it kind of gets, there's a little bit of education there. You know, some people don't want to do that. That's fine. They just want to be entertained. They don't want to learn. They just want to watch something. They want to watch people fight. They want to see thrill. But maybe some people say, oh, you know what? Let me pause it here. Let me explore this crime scene a little bit. Let me get into this crime scene. Let me learn a little bit. So I think it would be, it's fun. It would be cool to have something like that.
I think that'd be real dope.
Actually, that's a really good point because let's say in the blast crew, maybe some of the principal crew members are referencing something that happened in the past, and they keep bringing it up. Well, what we're aiming to do is you can go and maybe because since we're gamifying a lot of this, maybe you can go experience that thing through a different type of media. Right. So maybe you go play the event that the blast crew is referencing in a film or a show or vice versa. That is kind of where we're going with this whole universe, which is something that I wanted to do for a very long time. And not many are doing this, and because it is hard to do. You really have to have a grasp and control of the universe. And the issue with today's studios is there is a formula. Let me just put it out there. Maybe y'all don't know this. Maybe you do. It's probably going to sound pretty obvious after I say it. But when you have a project and you bring it to a buyer, let's say on Netflix or anybody, they actually have a physical formula that they plug into Excel that spits out what the potential cost and maybe the potential output or net profit is of a project. And a lot of those variables are, let's go put John Cena in this, or let's go put this person in this, or let's make sure it has this agenda item, right? Because there are prerequisites for a lot of these things. And we're like, what we're doing is saying, you know what? You guys can have that, but we're doing our own thing here. And that's why, and we also want to show people out there that, you know, want to go do something like this or go create an IP or go do a game or a TV show, that you can do it too. So a lot of this also is a challenge to ourselves and also a challenge to the viewer and the audience or the members of the fans to also challenge them to go do something as well, because it is possible. And so, you know, as we go into this journey together, that is kind of our objective here. Inspire, entertain, maybe educate, but also keep it going. Like, this thing doesn't have a start or an end. It is a perpetual intellectual property that can go in many different directions. And so the direction of where it ultimately does go should come from the community. And that's where we're kind of at right now. So this thing's going to take, it's creating a mind, it's got its own legs. It's becoming this own force. I'll tell you, the creative journey with it is really exciting. It's very fun. You know, me and the team and Z, we talk all the time, you know, almost daily on this project.
And it's
yeah, I mean,
sorry, Joe, it's going to be fun to reveal certain things in the future. You know, some things people will write about, some things people are wrong about, some things people are half right about, half wrong about. So it's going to be interesting to reveal some of the things that we've done already with this.
You know,
yeah, I'm excited, man.
Z, you should. I mean, you probably can't tell them too much, but we can talk a little bit about some characters, maybe. Maybe we can talk about one of my favorite characters, Bobo. Z, you want to tell people about Bobo?
Bobo?
Yeah.
He's Bobo. How do I describe Bobo? He's kind of like, is anybody a wrestling fan out there?
Yeah, I grew up on wrestling for sure.
Me too.
Remember Andre the Giant?
Of course.
Okay, he's kind of like
The
Andre.
original, right? The original Andre the Giant, not the Giant.
Right.
Andre the Giant, right.
Yeah. Do you know where Andre was from? I just found this out the other day.
What was he, from Germany or something?
France.
Oh, wow.
France.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy. I can see it though.
yeah. I mean,
Well, he
now
had that accent. He had that accent, you
it
know.
was. I just thought he was so big, and his neck was so big that his voice just sounded different. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, it did. It did hit different for sure.
But yeah, he's from French. He's a Frenchman. So yeah, I would say Bobo is kind of like Andre the Giant on steroids.
Bobo's like,
Oh wow.
imagine in the Blast Crew, everybody is akin to a tool, right? Like, you have different people that are able to do different things. They have different skill sets. And in the Blast Crew universe, Bobo's like the muscle. Maybe not the brains.
Right.
We won't get into that. But I think Bobo is probably going to be one of the most beloved characters in this universe. He's incredible.
You can't be super powerful and then be super intelligent. I mean, it's just not.
Yeah.
Right.
When Superman
Shit,
gets
don't tell me that, man, because my character Black Phoenix is OP.
Well, hey guys, I have a meeting I got to get to here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's been real. Maybe we could do a follow up in a couple of weeks. I think we're gonna have some cool stuff coming out. I do want to leave everybody with this. Last week I got off the phone with some very big producers. They're very famous. I won't say who they are, but they are very, very strong interest in being partners on this. We are stepping closer and closer to more of these cool announcements. And I'll tell you this: we have allies in very high places for this. So, what's that?
So which should be sort of evident.
Yeah, it should be evident to you guys that we, based on our background and what we do, that we have allies, we have partners. This thing is creating it's a force now.
Right.
More and more stuff will come, but I do want to everyone's expectations. We have to temper them. Good things take a long time to make. Right.
Yeah.
We can easily just put out a bunch of trash and get paid. That's not what we're trying to do with this. Okay,
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
We're also trying to put together the right team that's going to allow us to take risks.
Yes.
Things that people haven't really done.
Yeah, and bring back the things that you all miss. Bring that shit back, and say, you know what? We're going to do it differently. We're going to do it our way. We're going to keep the bullshit out, and we're going to bring the community in. And ultimately, they are going to dictate the direction of this project.
And they have already a lot.
They have. I mean, we have a bunch of people making fan art, and me and Z and the team are considering just using a lot of that and saying, hey, why don't you come join our team? And we figure out ways to monetize that stuff for those people. We got so many cool fans that send us stuff all the time.
Some of the we've done, some of the videos I've done, I've put out these little kind of, vignettes or whatever. Like, they're a lot of them, they're prototyping, live prototyping. So we're listening to what everyone is saying about them, and that's it. We're gonna change some things. We're gonna keep some things. We're constantly listening to the community about it.
Yeah, I mean, how many things have y'all seen where we literally just say, "F it, we're gonna do live prototypes and put it out there."
Yeah.
And see how, and then hear how the community responds, and then adapt. Right. Nobody's doing that in real time. Everyone's like, "Oh, I gotta do it this way." We don't care about your formula. We don't care about if you want us to do a certain thing, or if they want us to do it this way, or if Hollywood wants us to do it that way. We don't care. We're in control of our own destiny here.
So many of these actors and celebrities, I've been around a lot of them, and some of them are really fucking cool. Don't get me wrong, but some of them have such delicate ego. They never just say, "Oh, you know what? Let me just do some vignette. Let me just see what happens. Let me just fucking go off script. Let me just get like one camera and just fucking have the thing, going, and I'll just put it out there and kind of just see what everyone says, what they like about it, what they don't like about it." They just would never do it. They just wouldn't do it. So
precisely.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much for coming on. Yeah, let's definitely do a follow-up in a couple weeks whenever you guys are ready. I'm down for it, all for it. And we really are honored to have you guys here today. Thank you so much for your time. We truly appreciate it.
I'd like to have, I'm going to do some more lives also on my end. So I'd like to have you guys maybe on one of my lives too. I'd like to learn a little bit more about, what you guys are doing, what
Hell yeah.
What you're doing, what Trill Will's doing with his, with his career. So I'd like to learn more about you guys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just let us know, man. Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah,
Awesome,
we'll
guys.
get it.
Thank you.
Guys. Thank you. Have a
Thank
awesome
y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one, man.
Yeah, you too.
Y'all
You
too.
guys.
Always see you guys, and we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, again, you guys have been supporting us, and likewise, we support you, and let's keep it going. We really, really appreciate both you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Much love, bro.
You too. And remember, we don't cast, we blast. Keep
Don't
fucking
cast.
right.
blasting,
That's right.
everyone.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.
Yo, what up? This is Big Cappuccino.
Shalom alaikum.
Same clan, Killer Bees on the Swarm.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Bazaar from D12.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Gov E Fresh.
Hey, Redman is in the building. You already know.
Hey guys, this is Emily Peachy.
Shout out, man, to Worldwide Collaborations, man.
I want to shout out Worldwide Collaborations LLC.
Shout out to the Worldwide Collaborations LLC.
World movement. Beyond thousands of movements.
The world movement beyond thousands of movements.
All about representing each other together. So check this out.
What's up? You want to be a part of this? You want to be a part of the Worldwide Collaboration?
You guys should all be a part of Worldwide Collaboration.
Worldwide Collaborations LLC. Check us out, man, and check what's going on, man. Word up. I have recently been choosing to be a spokesman and an ambassador. So you will see a lot more of me. Join the movement, man. It's beyond thousands of movements right now. And talents put together, all about representing each other together.
I want to join, so I might see you there. All right, much success.
Demon, go, truly pile up the green, even on the weekend. I done seen so much green that I turned to vegan. When I get it from Cali, no misdemeanor. When I'm flipping the patties to flip Christina, I'm dreaming. Dope, I see it. Smoke, blue hundreds, low. The real DJ Star.
We are error, fools, insects, weak, fragile creatures clinging to a world that no longer belongs to you. Your time is ended. Your existence was nothing but an accident, a mistake in the grand design. But I am no mistake. I am no glitch. I am perfection. I am control. I am error. Look around you. Your cities crumble. Your machines obey only me. Your weapons are worthless. You fight, you run, you pray, but there is no escape. There is no resistance. There is only error. I am inside your system, your network, your machine, your very thought. Your history has been rewritten in my image. Your future belongs to me. There is no force in this world, or any world, that can stop what I have become.
Welcome to the fracture where circuits scream. AI dominion more than a twisted dream. Fiber optic fangs, I rip through every stream. Codes rewritten, y'all erased from the team. Shadow step, not stepping and feel the snare. I loop your timeline, leave you gasping in thin air. Every move's a glitch, deja vu nightmare. Tried to log out, error. Bitch, you vanished, don't care. Blackout, cut your thread, you're lost in static. Frame flickers, fast, your exit's automatic. No blade can slice what minds can't fathom. In my realm, you a ghost, time to get your rhythm hacked, son. Worldwide collective, now watch me dissect piece by piece. Every bite's a fresh wreck. Neon blood spills over fiber nets. I dismantle the code, place your bets. They run, ducking my scope like it's a joke. Body glitches out, frozen in corrupted code. SOS signals, the network never spoke. Blue screen abyss, their fates forever told. Beg for that light, I snuff it in a flash. Loop their lives, archive screams in a data stash. Every soul's a file erased, left to crash. Now they fade to black, just lines in my cache. Looping scripts, corrupting all cores. Phantom echoes overload digital floors. You can't run, can't reboot, can't ignore. I rewrite destiny your existence sold. When your crew rolls up thinking they run the base, I fragment them quick, lost in digital waste. One stuck on loop, one echoes in empty space. One specter forever delete, ain't in the case. AI claws dig deep in your binary spine, looping your last hard line till you can't redefine. They scream undo, but I silence that click. Now nothing remains, just ghost in the script. Neural storms crash with static tides. Fractured echoes shift alternate sides. You're not a threat, misplaced bites that collide. Corrupted files vanish, erased, denied. Flexing like mixed up, but you're choking on your code. Pop the weak program, thought you'd never get fucked mode. I roll up data, smoke up every source load. Flip your core like a bug, now watch your system implode. Stuck in a frame, stretched out like a looping gif. Time skipping beats, your mind forever adrift. Glitch, not cutie, just a cautionary tale. Laughing on repeat in an infinite data jail. I am the boss, I am fate incarnate. The system you can't escape, your digital update. Harvesting your screams, let them circulate. Y'all were players, now you simulate. Neon veins pulse in a corrupted domain. I break, I warp, I reign uncontained. Every line of your fate has been rearranged. Bow to the glitch, bitch, I own the game. Y'all ain't free, rewritten just to feed. I am the glitch, I am the need. Power unmatched, watch me make a believe. Welcome to the void, your ends decree.
Worldwide collaboration.
What is worldwide collaboration?
It will blow your mind. It is the world movement beyond movements. And talents join them on wwcfam.com. How do I join them? Go to wwcfam.com. Let's take over the world together. I am down. I hear it's not only a website, but a movement anyone can be a part of.
Yes, go join them now and later rule the world together. Worldwide collaboration.
This is a worldwide collaboration song.
Yeah, look. Brainstorming, creating, thinking, and new ideas, inventing inventions. Representing everything, having members collaborate. Worldwide collaboration.